Hey everybody, J-Man here, and we're back for Transformer Thursdays. So as you know, we're flipping between comics and animation. So today we're doing the G1 cartoon episodes 4, 5, and 6. Now the order starts to get a little bit weird, so I'll just name them. We're doing Transport to Oblivion, Roll for It, and Divide and Conquer. So that's how we're going to go through these. And before we start, let's talk about tomorrow is Fourth World Friday. And that's going to be me and Sean and Clobberin times talking about Jack Kirby's Fourth World. We're doing it in reading order, omnibus order, pretty much. And we're going to go through all that. So we've got 3 issues lined up. So make sure you're tuned in for that tomorrow. And then this Monday is the Legion of Superheroes live stream. So that's going to be exciting. Do I have my overlay for that? I do have my overlay for that. Let me show you that. So this Monday is going to be the next 3 Legion comics. We're doing the Legion comics in order of appearance. And we started at the beginning. So there's actually quite a lot. This is going to be episode 18. Wow, 18 episodes of Legion. That's crazy. And we're still going. We're going through all of it. So it's a lot of fun. I'm going to bring in my co-host before I talk about something else here that I've posted. So 1 second here.
Hey.
All right. So if anyone's tuning in to this late, I'll mention this a couple times. There is a now I'm not part of this, but the people who are part of it are part of a comic book community, and they do something called Comics Curing Cancer. And this is the link to the Instagram. Now, actually, it's the best place to go check out stuff because all of these things will be on the. So there's going to be like auctions and special comics and all that. I don't know the full thing. I only heard about it. I only just heard about it. So I figured I'd put a link in there. The link's in the description of the video. I throw it up here just so people can see. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what's a good way to do this. I've got a bunch of notes that I took, like a whole page of notes. And I thought maybe we'll steal Clobby's idea of where they just read off of we could just read off of the Wikipedia page. I'll just say kind of what the episode is according to Wikipedia and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
We have a poll up, so vote for your favorite episodes. So I did post a Barbie review, so everyone can go see that. And I have another channel where I'm just doing my space reviews in 1 minute. It's only shorts. So it's all shorts, 1 minute long. Space is I just quickly, it's like 10 seconds, like story, give my rating, why, boom, 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 boom. I've been watching Ahsoka, so I've caught up. I've seen the 5 episodes. It's fine. I mean, it's fine. I like it. I like Ahsoka. Actually, she's cool. Some people are thinking she's a bit stiff or whatever. I actually like her. And I don't like Sabine in this cartoon or whatever this show. I don't know if she's supposed to be irritating in the other show she's on, whichever one it is. I don't like Hera. Is that the person's name with the green?
The green, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like her, and I don't like Sabine. But I like Ahsoka, so it is named after her. Yep. So if it's named after her and she's the main person, then So I like her. Anakin was on this week. I don't really think there was a purpose to having him on it other than to have him on it.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, there's a cool part where they're showing, I guess, a Clone Wars thing where they're fighting, and she's like a younger Ahsoka. I actually thought the young Ahsoka was pretty good. I liked her better. I was like, we could add the whole thing with just her. Then I started to think they should have just done that because that looked really cool, actually.
Just do a live action Clone Wars, yeah.
Just do a live action.
People would have died over that, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And he taught her some stuff, whatever. I don't care. I posted a video about, what is Star Wars, and Star Wars is whatever it is in that show at that time.
Yeah.
We talked about this before. There's the original trilogy, unaltered, and
Mhm.
whatever little things came out around it. So the Ewoks, the droids, the two live action Ewok
Yeah.
movies, some of the books and whatever, the obviously the toys. That's what Star Wars really is.
Mhm.
Everything outside of that is Star Wars, but really it's just setting in space. I don't
I,
like.
I think all the stuff around the original trilogy, like you're saying, the comics, the cartoons, can only be enjoyed by the people who were there at the time. I don't think that anyone. It's like I love the Droids and the Ewoks cartoons, and I think anyone nowadays, like a 25-year-old watching that, would be like, "What the hell are you on? Like, what, why? Why'd you?" And I'm like, You had to be there. I don't know what to tell you. It's like the Marvel comics is the same thing. They're cool, but like they can drag, and I love them, but because I was there and the
Right.
excitement of the time like permeates. It's the same thing with the Kenner toys. Like Star Wars toys are kind of dead now, and they're at least changed, into like
Mhm.
Lego and stuff. Most people like, if I buy a Dagobah, it's not like I have Dagobah, but would be like, why are you buying that crap? It's like you had to be there, man. It's
Mm.
really the original trilogy movies that transcend and are timeless. And like the
Yeah,
unaltered, as you say,
yeah,
yeah,
unaltered trilogy. That's it.
yeah,
Everything else, I've got like, and I was on Chris's channel last night, and then we were talking just kind of backstage about Ahsoka, and a lot of the guys on there are big time Star Wars
yeah, yeah.
guys. They buy all the comics and everything. And I'm asked too, like, well, what do you think that? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I like Ahsoka. I gave it a 6 out of 10, and it's just like 6 out of 10. Oh, that was a 10 out of 10, and I'm like,
No,
I,
they're all like these.
I don't know.
I don't understand. Like, I'm not gonna like. I wasn't on that channel, and I know
No,
you're.
I'm not, and I'm not saying they're saying that, but I saw their reviews and I saw
Oh,
other
okay,
people's
okay,
reviews too,
yeah,
and I'm on Echo Base,
yeah.
and they're like, oh, it's 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. This is crazy, and like, I I
Really?
I
On
don't
Echo
see it.
Base? Yeah.
No, not
Oh, the
Coach and
other
Nick,
guys are. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the people within the
But
channel.
I've never. We've talked about this. This whole extreme of like this is shit or this is the best thing ever. It's like, how are you 40 something and still maybe they're not right, but like I don't know how anyone sees the world like that. It's like
I'm
yeah,
not
everything's
excited
the
at
best
all.
ever. It's like
As I said, I'm a fair guy. Everything to me is its own. Like Ahsoka is its own five. So whatever, however many episodes, it's 5 episodes now. The out of the 5 episodes, I liked it. I gave it a 6 out of 10. That is a pass in my system, which is five
yeah.
out of 10 is a pass.
Mhm.
6 out of 10 is better. So to me, Ahsoka was pretty good. I would say Mandalorian season 1 was probably more like an 8 out of 10, right? And season 2 was maybe like a 7.5 or something, right?
Yeah.
So like that's where I'm at. Like I really liked Mandalorian. I pre-ordered the Blu-rays of
Yeah.
Mandalorian both seasons.
Yep.
I really like that. I don't care about Kenobi. It's just boring and bad.
Yeah.
I don't care about Bad Batch. I watched a bit. I and everything. So Ahsoka to me is just Ahsoka. Like
Yeah.
because people say, "Well, how does it connect here?" I don't care because it's all nonsense and none of it makes sense anyways.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I had to find out when that show. I don't even know when it is. Like,
Oh,
is
when
it Jedi?
Rebels?
No,
Pardon?
I don't know. Like,
What are you
is
talking about? Which one?
Ahsoka? Is that after Jedi?
Of course it's after Jedi.
Right. No, I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I'm like, is it after Jedi? I don't
Well,
know.
no, hold on.
It is after Jedi.
Wait.
No, they confirmed for
But
me.
why,
They're Star Wars.
why would it be though? Because so they're saying that Hera
Is dead.
and Sabine fought in the time of the original trilogy. Because
I don't know.
Rebels is just before Star Wars.
Oh,
So
I didn't know
now
that.
so they're saying because I know that the ghost like the ship is in Rogue One. It's like it makes a small cameo in space or whatever. So okay, so they're saying so this is after Jedi and in the time of Mandalorian, basically. Mandalorian's
Right.
after Jedi. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
So it's
Yeah,
still in
because
that.
she met Mandalorian, but I
Yeah,
don't care. I
yeah,
like the thing is someone like someone pointed this out, and my response is I literally don't care because it's not that I don't care because okay, I'm okay with Ahsoka. I gave it 6 out of 10. I like Ahsoka because I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like a weird thing. Like I'm okay with it because I've just lost interest in trying to pretend to keep up with Disney's fiasco.
I know, but like you like it in it's disposable. It's like I remember you like now you're like, oh, I never saw the Clone Wars show and all that stuff. I remember when you saw the movie back in the day and you're like, this is awesome. It's great.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Star Wars, and you don't even care about it. You didn't watch the show or
I know because I liked it. I liked it in the moment I watch it, and I don't care.
Right, but that's the thing. It's like, should Star Wars be that disposable?
No, but it's not Star Wars. The Star Wars is those original trilogy. Like, if I'm okay, again, when I do my ratings, I'm comparing within the thing. I'm not comparing Ahsoka to Die Hard or something, right? Or whatever. I'm comparing it to Star Wars. So if Empire Strikes Back is 10 out of 10, right? And Star Wars, like Star Wars, the 3 are let's say the 3 are 10 out of 10. Okay, I'll give Jedi 9.5 or something, but let's say it's all 10 out of 10. Then everything else is rated. So to me, the next thing would be like Rogue One, which I thought was like maybe 7.5 or 8 or whatever. And then like Mando's like 7.5, 8, right? So that's where we're at. So Ahsoka is like a 6. Like, yeah, that was okay. That was cool. Like there's some neat stuff. That's it. And then it's never going to approach those originals ever. I do like Phantom Menace because I've watched it a bunch of times, but objectively it's kind of slow, right? There's some dumb crap in it. So
yeah, I like the 3 movies. I like the prequels. My favorite was always the second one. And it's funny because I didn't know that was one of the most hated Star Wars movies.
Yeah, everyone hates that movie.
Yeah, everyone hates it, but like I think it's well, listen, that ending is amazing. Everyone's fighting everyone. Yoda's like fighting Count Dooku. It's awesome, you know.
Yeah, anyway. So
and the three creatures, they're great.
Yeah, the creatures, in the arena and all that. And Dooku's cool. So I mean, but like where are those at? Like are they at 7, 8 out of 10s?
They're like 7 or 6, you know.
Okay, so they're in the 6, 7 category out of 10.
Yeah, they're not 10 out of 10.
Right.
The problem I always had with the prequels is that there's no characterization. Like there's no, you know, like you're not having fun with the gang. Right. And that's what you're doing with the original trilogy. And they lost that. And that was George Lucas, you know.
Right.
Like
I would give
like
I would give Force Awakens a 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I'm giving it 2 points for the artistic merits because it does look good.
Yeah.
With good effects, but also practical stuff too. And I'm giving it 1 point for seeing Han and Chewie and kind of going on a bit of an adventure.
Yeah.
That's it. The story is pissed because it's a remake. The pacing is trash because it's like I know everything that's going to happen. There's no excitement leading up to anything. So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it's
and fun. The enjoyment factor sucks. So that's a 3 out of 10 movie. And Last Jedi I like more than Force Awakens, but it's a worse movie because characters goes down a point. It still looks good.
It looks great. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so that's still getting a 2 out of 2. Music is on point. Like everything looks good. Costumes look way better than Force Awakens for me. The Praetorian Guards look sick.
I love that one guy that looks like Sam Elliott or something.
Yeah.
They're on this white planet, and then he goes there. He goes, and he looks at the camera. He's like salt. And he's like, oh, okay.
Anyway,
I guess it's not Hoth.
Yeah, because people are like, oh, this isn't Hoth. This reminds me of Hoth. No, anyway. So Last Jedi would be even less than in the rating system, even though I like it more than Force Awakens because I was so angry at Force Awakens. And Last Jedi, I'm like, okay, this is just piss. I don't care. I'm just going to watch this for fun now, and I don't care. The Force Awakens is where they lost me for good.
Yeah.
The prequels, I was like, F these movies, they're boring and they suck. But I still hung around and bought the toys and watched them a bunch of times, and I hung in there. Force Awakens was the Force Awakens, the J-Man exits or whatever. it's like I'm like, yeah, okay, Star Wars is dead. And then I don't care after that.
Yeah, it's funny. Like now the prequels have grown on me. We hated those with a passion. I'm older now too. I'm not as offended by bad Star Wars. And the thing, well, unless it's like Last Jedi, but like but the thing too is like, there's been a generation that loved that trilogy, and that's grown on me too. And that, they think, some of those are the best, like Star Wars and all that stuff. And I don't know if that's really going to happen with the sequels. Like, time will tell. But part of the issue is that those prequels were heavily merchandised, and a lot of people form that personal connection through the toys,
Right.
the role play stuff. I remember we went to a toy show and some guy, I was like, oh shoot, like they've grown up now. It's like some guy who looked like he could fucking like break me in half.
Right.
He was like, oh, I had that lightsaber. Oh, I had that play set. Like, they were dying over it. And the problem was they dropped the ball with the merchandising for the sequels. Last Jedi didn't have any toys. No, not Last Jedi. Sorry, I had the Last Jedi toys.
No.
What's the other one? Rise of Palpatine.
No, I know it did.
It didn't have 3/4 inch guys at all.
My company makes the display, the corrugated displays.
Yeah.
And I had Rogue One. I had all of the graphics.
Yeah.
Rogue One, Force Awakens, Last Jedi.
Yeah.
There's no Rise of Skywalker. I thought, what the hell's going on? And I'm like, and I was like, why are we? I was like, did we lose this?
Yeah.
Did we lose this SKU? Because we have SKU.
Yeah.
Did we lose this SKU? Like, we lost the star because we were doing Ghostbusters toys and stuff. We were doing Ghostbusters stuff. Yeah. I thought for that I was like, did we lose the SKU? The SKU on this one? They're like, no, they just
didn't do it.
They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And you said this, and this actually explains. You actually explain the whole thing in one sentence. It's like, what era are we in? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, original trilogy has, you can tell. You look at a product, a book, a video game, a comic, a newspaper strip, a toy.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's original trilogy era.
Yeah.
You look at
Palace, you're on Endor, you know what it is. Yeah.
You look at any, you can tell Naboo, what's it called? What's that? Coruscant. No, but what's the other? You know them. Like, I'll know them. I'm like, yep, that's this. Yes. Yeah. I was like, I'll know. Oh, that's from this. You can tell. You can look at the packaging. But they didn't do that for
the sequels. There's nothing distinctive. Jakku is Hoth, not Hoth, Tatooine, and that's like freaking wherever the hell Maz Kanata was looks like Yavin. It's like they didn't do anything distinctive, you know.
Like, you're like, oh yeah, and you can tell just from the art. Mm-hmm. Like, you hold up two comics. Okay, that's the original trilogy. That's prequel trilogy. Yeah. You hold up another one, like, you're like, I don't know what that's from.
Yeah.
In fact, all of the comics now, and I see them all as the guys on his channel buy all of these comics. I see them all, and I'm like, oh, that all looks like prequel or original trilogy era.
Yeah.
All of it. It's like Darth Vader. I'm like, well, he's not in the new ones, so he's.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really messed up, but anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay.
All right.
So, Transport to Oblivion. Here's what Wikipedia has to say. It's number 4, according to their thing. And it's written by Dick Robbins and Bryce Malik.
Yep.
And its original air date was October 6th, 1984. Returning to Cybertron with energy is the Decepticons' top priority. The new space bridge could do that, but it has problems possibly being fatal to whoever tries to go through it, which I thought was finding where the Decepticons are hiding, Bumblebee and Spike discover what they are doing, only they don't have a chance to warn Optimus.
Yeah.
The Decepticons instead have nasty plans for them. A space bridge trip awaits Spike, while a little reprogramming on Bumblebee threatens to see Decepticons finally destroy the Autobots. So this is where they. So let me see my notes and see if there's anything.
I got a bunch of shit to say, but
all right. So I'll let you go second because you'll probably have better. I did find an error where there's 2 Bumblebees. And where's Bumblebee? It's like, but it happens all the time. Like, there's 2 Starscreams all the time.
Mostly the planes, yeah.
Yeah, but what's bad on this one is that it messes the dialogue up because the guy's like, Bumblebee hasn't returned yet. Where is he? I'm like, he's right there.
Right there, yeah.
And then he comes in, oh, here he is. It's like, well, you were just there.
It's like when Slag went on the ship and the Transformers the movie, and then they cut to like the other Autobots on the ground, and he's there too. It's like
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, like what are you where are you up to?
Yeah.
So yeah, the space bridge, that's great. Taking over the factory, the power station, Energon, okay. The spying, yeah, they're captured. I'm trying to see if there's anything like interesting. I just like my generic notes.
No,
Uh,
there's a bunch of
yeah,
stuff.
he said they brainwashed Bumblebee, right? Send him back to like,
Yeah.
and then Megatron gets teleported. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah. So then, what did you? What were your thoughts?
I like in the beginning, because this always stuck in my head as a kid when Cliff Jumper shoots at the rock that looks like a Decepticon plane.
Yep.
It goes like this, and like it looks like a plane. And he shoots it, and they're like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, and he's all jumpy. It's like, like, oh, I thought it was a Decepticon, and they're like, oh, they're all dead, because this is immediately after
Right.
the three-parter, right? I like
Yep.
the continuity of season one. It's all one story. So I like that. Shockwave, I don't know if he's just sitting around for 4 million years and then he decides to contact Megatron. It's so weird, but like he's a gun and he shoots and he's like, I'm out of energy. It's like, well, why'd you shoot at nothing?
Right.
And he contacts Megatron. He's like, I've been working on this space bridge for like 1,000,000 years or whatever. And but it's a weird science fiction thing where it can only open like at specific moments because they're in line or something. I don't know. It's kind of like a science fiction thing. Megatron, yeah, he raids a power plant. They did Energon cubes, I think, in the miniseries, but
Yep.
I don't know. People always like get confused about these. It's pretty obvious to me. You put energy into it, and it fills up with that like sort of
the
like
pink,
stuff, right? I like Jazz stuck in traffic. That was funny. I liked when Cliff Jumper, Cliff Jumper is one of the mini bots from the toy line, and they animate them so that they look as big, like maybe 8 feet, like just a little bigger than a human. And he attacks Megatron, and he's like this, and he like punches him in the leg, and Megatron just swats him. And
it's like what are you? You're like this little guy
awesome.
or whatever.
Yeah. But I like that for the toys because like it's gonna be that small for Megatron, right?
Right.
Megatron versus Optimus Prime was cool here.
Yep.
They don't fight that often in season 2. They fight a lot in season 1. I like the way it's all staged because like you see each blow and you see like the repercussion and the rebuttal, I guess. But Ironhide takes a bullet.
I was gonna say Ironhide is hit. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. He's like, no, that happened a lot in 80s stuff. But that was cool, and then he gets repaired by Ratchet. I did. Yeah,
I wanted to say something about too when they get taken prisoner because I just remembered this before I forget it.
Yeah,
it's the first time where taking prisoners made sense because they're like, oh, we should just kill them right now. We have them. It's like, well, hold on a second. We'll throw them on the space bridge, see if they survive. And I was like, okay, that's the first time. Because normally they take prisoners because it's a kid's cartoon, they're not going to get killed. But this actually, they made it make sense.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
So the thing is, the space bridge doesn't work properly, and I guess it it either hurls you out into space or it destroys whatever it's transporting. Right. So
it's like the transporter in Star Trek. You'll just get teleported out in space, or you come back and you're a mess or something.
Yeah, it's like it's unreliable and it's scary to the Autobots and Decepticons. In later episodes, we're going to see in later on. But like but the thing is that like here it's like they're just seeing that if it can actually get to Cybertron. Later on, they're like, you need to pilot the thing to keep it on track on the space bridge or whatever. So what I was gonna say was, this is one of the episodes I always point to, and I always think of when people say that the Transformers animation sucked because, the animation before like the 1980s, like in the 60s and 70s, was minimalist. It was left to right animation. It was like a mouth would move maybe, and that's it, or like multiple backgrounds. very limited, and it was done that way so that they can save money and stuff like that. Transformers, there are mistakes. We said this, right? The wrong person speaking.
Right.
Um, there's doubles of people, etc., etc. Maybe there's an arm missing or something like that. But what I liked about this Sunbow stuff and Toei Animation was it was very ambitious, and so when Bumblebee is escaping and he leaves Spike behind, he's driving and they animate this. This would have been done with computers now, right? But they animate the car coming towards you and driving off, and then they animate he's driving and the camera rotates. They animate this. It rotates and shows another view of him as
Right.
the planes are shooting at him. It's amazing, and nothing like that was done in kids television animation like Saturday morning stuff at all. It was always Hanna-Barbera left to right stuff, very easy to do.
Yeah, like He-Man always walks like this. And
Yeah.
then they walk in. It's like they walk in. It's like, yes, Tila, blah, blah, blah. And then they walk out. It's like there isn't any thought of a cinematic. I mean, the Transformers, the movie is a bloody masterpiece, but like,
right. Yeah, but for television animation, it was pretty awesome. Like, there's a lot of like in some of the episodes we'll look at today. There's like the planes are animated like amazing, like they come towards the camera or they're swooping diagonally or something. It's awesome.
That's crazy. I never even thought of that till you're talking about it now. I'm like, you're right.
Yeah, they really broke the mold with the animation here. It's the same with G.I. Joe. And I feel these cartoons get unfairly maligned. But you have to look at what came just before all of this and how much of a quantum leap this looked. Like GoBots was the competitor, and it came out around this time as well. And GoBots was Hanna-Barbera, and it was fairly basic. It was a bit more than they did in other cartoons, but this thing looked like the next level compared to that cartoon. And it trounced it, So anyway, those are my notes for Transport to Oblivion.
They're your two star screams.
Yeah, the two star screams. A tale of two star screams.
Where's that other one? Yeah, I think it's funny too because I was actually having a couple of some of my viewers were not happy with me with my thoughts on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
where I said the animation I thought was just kind of not great, and it for me I go simple. Like, does this look cool to me? Do I feel like I'm engaged in what's happening?
Yeah.
And if I'm not, then that's that. Like, rewatching these Transformers, and I have more of a mindset of I remember what cartoons look like. And my wife reads manga, right? And she's getting into some. So she's like, "Oh, I'm reading this." I was like, "Oh, that's an older one." And she's like, "Yeah, it looks like she read all of Astro Boy from." She really read it all. She's read all.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, it looks, but there's something fun about it. Like, you look at it, you're like, yeah, that feels like it. And that's why even when you look at Transformers, like, like it just makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but they really did try. And people keep saying, oh, it's to sell toys and all that. Firstly, everything's to sell everything.
Yeah.
Right. This Barbie movie, it's $1 billion. Oh, that's great. They don't care. They want to sell Barbie toys.
Yeah.
They couldn't give Mattel, Hasbro, all of these guys, they couldn't give a crap. Like, if you're saying that this cartoon was made to sell toys, well, so was the Michael Bay movies. And those Michael Bay movies are, pretty awful.
Yeah.
But they sold toys.
Yeah.
Even for me, I didn't like them. I still bought some toys that came out around of that time.
Yeah.
But not only that, and this trick, they pulled this trick. My wife is great because she's not privy to all these tricks. Like, she'll be like, oh, there's what was it? I don't know. Like, pick anything. Like, let's say Black Panther Part 2 or something.
Okay.
It's like, oh, there's all these Black Panther toys. I was like, yeah, because it's Part 2's coming out. It's like, oh, I'm like, right. So they were walking around. I said, what else is coming out? Based on what you're looking at, right? She's like, oh, I guess there's going to be a Super Mario movie. Yep. How did you?
Yeah.
Right. It's like they get all these things out in time, so that when you see the movie,
Hmm.
you go back and you can buy all these things, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Transformers, and not only that, they pulled the trick of here's the movie line.
Hmm.
In addition to the movie line, here's
Yeah.
some other characters,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And they
Yeah.
pull that trick, right? And friggin' Marvel Legends, they're the champion of this bullshit trick. It's like Eternals come out, and it's like here's the Eternals characters. Nobody wants those. It's like
Yeah.
right, and then here's 4 other characters, and it's like I
Yeah.
don't know, it's like random, like
It's
Doctor
random guys that are part of the line, but they have
right,
nothing to do
right.
with like the
Like they
movie
did
or anything.
Scarlet Spider. I'm like, what
Yeah.
what does that have to do with Eternals? It's like,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, because they want to bring this guy out. So that's really, I love the fact that they that they do stuff like that. But
Yeah.
anyways, it sells, and it sells because it's cool. So it
Yeah.
sells toys because you got to have a cool cartoon, like Transformers, Visionaries. Not to throw Visionaries under the bus or pick any of these other shows. Like what other
Yeah.
I don't know. Like let's say Brave Star, which was pretty cool. I
Yeah.
own Brave Star. You have it. You own it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but the toys didn't sell like Transformers.
No.
I mean, Brave Star is cool, but Transformers was just something a little bit more.
Yeah, Brave Star. I would say the cartoon skewed a little older than the toys are going for. That was part of the problem. I think the Brave Star cartoon is brilliant.
It's
if
great.
You watch it now, it's amazing. It's the best of these. They did a lot of these Western themed, like sci-fi cartoons. Brave Star is the best of them, hands down.
Yeah,
it's the best. But yeah,
again, if we're saying objectively, Brave Star is the best, but it didn't sell the toys.
No,
because
it
didn't know the formula.
No,
like He-Man nailed the formula.
Yeah,
He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers. Those are the 3. Thundercats a bit, but those 3 nailed it. They nailed the formula. It was simple enough that you could watch it and still be cool. And it's still cool, and you buy the toys. But Transformers was the best of these, like of those big ones. It's like they put a little bit more care into it. Like following the storyline of Transformers is really cool.
Yeah,
He-Man, they're mostly just one-off episodes.
They're episodic, yeah.
Like you're like, okay,
He-Man's the first one of those though, and it was very ambitious too. Like it was the first syndicated thing to sell the toys and stuff. Mattel was excited to do this since the 60s because they the whole history, right? They made a Hot Wheels cartoon from Hanna-Barbera, and that is the cartoon that actually created the regulation against advertising to kids.
And before Reagan came in and
and then Reagan got rid of it, and then Mattel was first in line with that He-Man, and it's like they're the ones that destroyed everything for everyone, and it came back with a vengeance.
They're like that Winnie the Pooh slasher movie or whatever, where it's like Winnie the Pooh became public domain and there's a slasher movie. I'm like, there's no way they just made this.
It was in production when it wasn't in public domain.
Right, you're right. You made this before this became public domain, and then like, how is this movie
on day one? It's out. Yeah,
day one it's out. Right? It's like, okay, you didn't film a movie in one day. Like
this is the date we gotta meet. It's like on this date, and then it's like shoots out.
Here it is. And there's Winnie the Pooh Part 2 for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
Hey, Skeptic, how's it going, man? Our buddy Skeptic liked Barbie, so we have.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, this is pretty fun. So I'm trying to see, was there any other kind of fun things? I like that. So Megatron got teleported.
He gets teleported back to Cybertron. With, Shockwave. Shockwave's a lot more agreeable in this one than he is in the comics. He's a loyal servant of Megatron. They're portraying Cybertron as not it is ruled by the Decepticons, but it's depleted of power.
Right.
So they can't do a good job of it there.
So they're doing their best to rule. Well, Sean, who do you like better? I mean, I know you like Ironhide better.
Yeah.
But the toy. I mean, if you're going by G1 toy, Ratchet did have a head, right? Or
not that I remember. I mean, I don't know. I didn't have Ratchet, so I don't know. But Ironhide.
Good thing we have the internet.
He had a head in the comic, and I don't know where that came from. The head was like behind the windshield.
Oh yeah, here you go.
I would be surprised. Yeah, I'd be surprised if he had a head because it's the same mold as Ironhide.
Yeah, he doesn't have a head.
No.
So then I would say Ironhide because I like red.
Yeah, he's awesome. I got the I forgot. I got the small movie version.
I saw that. I saw that. I was going to get it myself. Yeah, I know exactly. I know.
Yeah, there's a Ratchet as well. I didn't see him, but I saw him. And I was like, yeah, it's still expensive for what it is. It's like 16 bucks.
It's $17.
Yeah. But I was like, I'll get it, man.
Yeah, I had it in my hand. I had it in my hand and put it back.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just get the normal Ironhide one. If I see a normal one, I'll get normal Ironhide.
He's cool. He's a bit like the transformations are pretty elaborate for these small ones. What I don't like, and I guess it makes sense so that you don't break it for real, is that things snap off easily.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, but you can put them back on, can't you?
You can put them back on, but it just seems like a cheapo thing, you know.
Oops. Still have my. I'm going to see the surgeon tomorrow about my finger. Let's see how.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I went to the hospital on Monday and the surgeon canceled after I paid for parking and got there.
Oh God.
So that pissed me off. You want an Omega Supreme for yours? Skeptic, why don't you go on? I'm being serious. Why don't you go on eBay and look for Omega Supreme and maybe look for type in like reissue and do China or something. They have, I'm ordering Computron. It is exactly
just saying
G1 Computron, but he's like $75 or whatever. He's like $100. It's G1 Computron, and they have like there's like 20 in stock or something. It's like, are you looking it up, Sean?
Yeah.
No, I'm bloody serious. I might get Defensor also, but it's free shipping, so you could just get it. So look up Omega Supreme, do reissue, and see what you can find. I'm dead serious. It's exactly the ones that I've seen are exactly the G1. And Sean, don't do anything if you want one. Yeah. I'm going to send you the link of the. So there's a guy I watch on YouTube who reviewed Computron, and he put the link into the one that he got from eBay, and it's from China, free shipping, and it's $100 outside of the box. If you want the packaging, if you want the box, and it's like $140. So I'll just take it without the box.
Yeah.
But I might get Defensor. He's pretty neat too. They have everybody, and he did a full review of it, and it's all looks good.
It's the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's exact. No, dude, it's exact. You're not some of the stickers, like the rub off sticker's not going to be on it, but whatever.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my finger? I broke this piece here broke. I twisted my finger and broke my bone in my tip. So I've been in a sling for almost 2 months. So I'm waiting for hopefully this is going to be okay. It might be another like few weeks. Yeah, Inferno. Yeah. Okay. So let's do the next episode. And I didn't know it actually goes to the tabs like that. Well, let's get our transition. All right. So that was Transport to Oblivion. Next is Roll for It. Douglas Booth is the writer. It aired on October 13, 1984. And it says, with Megatron assumed dead, Starscream seizes power and does things his way. Naturally, only the Autobots benefit from his command style. This also gives Bumblebee and Spike time to relax with Chip Chase. So we saw Chip, he's the wheelchair character. They end up getting involved in the scientists' new antimatter experiments. Megatron is back and again in charge of the Decepticons. It turns out he has big plans for the antimatter, meaning big trouble for everyone, especially Chip. So there you go.
So I voted for this as the best one of the three. They're all cool, but this has a lot of highlights, and they do a good job of like highlighting as many of the toys as possible with speaking parts and action. So yeah, hey, just
hey, I got a random question for you guys in the chat, but for you and the chat. But I'll say that, and I'll say it towards the end, if maybe remind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Starscream, new leader, Chip. You got Chip in there. This was his first appearance, right? I think.
Yeah, his first appearance.
You got the antimatter formula. Chip memorizes it. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Soundwave is cool. Mirage. We got to see Mirage back as doing his invisible trick. We've got the duplicates now. Hound makes duplicates, right? Or I think Hound makes the duplicates.
Hound makes duplicates, and Mirage can just turn himself invisible and stuff. Yeah.
There's a yellow guy. Is it Sunstreaker? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, it is Sunstreaker. Okay, that was and then the antimatter stuff. Megatron becomes a powerful weapon. I liked that angle, which we'll talk about. Skywarp has a cool thing. Teletran takes over his reflexes. That's kind of a fun thing. And then I'll ask the question at the end. Mirage. Yeah, he's good. Dinobots are coming up, but they're not going to be on the. They'll probably be in the next
match, I guess.
Yeah. But they won't be on this one. So roll for it. So you voted for this one as your favorite of the three that we're covering today.
Yeah.
Everyone voted for it because we got 3 votes and everyone's voted for roll for it.
Okay. So so my notes are I don't know how many times they say antimatter formula, but like it's a million times. It's like I didn't count it, but the antimatter formula. There is one scene where Frank Welker as Megatron, they didn't vocode his or disguise his voice. He laughs like a regular. He laughs like a freaking Fred from Scooby-Doo at one point. When they're because he plays Fred as well, right?
That's like, why is Fred talking?
He didn't run the thing over that, but anyway, Chip Chase is first appearance. I don't think Chip Chase is in season 2. I could be mistaken, but like, and he's a character that I kind of miss. I like him because he's plucky and stuff. Like he's in a wheelchair, but he's not like he still does stuff. He's pretty cool. So
well, they didn't. You know what? You know what's funny? I hate to use the R word, representation, but they did it without pointing out that he is in a wheelchair. Oh, They just had a character and they just made him a nerd, and you actually forgot. You're like, okay, he's just a guy. And I'm like, is this actually more progressive? Because now there'd be this big hoopla saying, oh, there's a wheelchair character. It's like, just have the character and just say nothing and make it a normal character. Nobody thinks about it.
I don't know where he comes from because he's not in the comics. And it's just like, there he is. He's cool. I don't remember anyone when I was a kid like making fun of him or anything, saying like, that's the worst character. Like, no, he's awesome. There's a lot of like team ups here to highlight some of the cars that make the same mold. So like there's Prowl and Blue Streak team up against the Decepticons. Is like they're calling us like, oh, there's a big emergency. We got an emergency here, right? and then they go and they fight the Decepticons and stuff. And the Decepticons are like they're tearing apart planes and putting the parts on them, which is you don't really see that much of in Transformers. That's pretty cool. There's a cool animation with Reflector. Is it in this one or Transport to Oblivion where it spies or whatever, and then it breaks off into 3 guys and flies towards the camera and flies away?
Yeah.
I think this is the one where they realize how useless Reflector is, so they put one of the Reflector guys in the. This is the one. It's like no, and they put him. I don't know if it's the middle guy. I can't remember if he has the thing on his chest. They put him in the in the space bridge thing because they need a pilot for it. And I think it's like Rumble's like, don't we need a pilot? It's like, we do. And he turns to like Reflector. So then they put him in there. He survives, whatever. And he somehow comes back to Earth for the final battle in this thing. There's a whole thing with Sideswipe and Sunstreaker. So this went away really quickly, but they imply that they're brothers. Because I think one guy says to the other brother, and they're the same mold as well. And it's like it begs the question: does that mean that Ironhide and Ratchet, Prowlin, it's like, they tried to do that. And I remember as a kid, like kids were like, oh yeah, they're brothers and stuff. But like, the reason why I was sort of like, are they though, is because they don't really do anything with this, like in the later episodes. They're two awesome toys though. Like the color schemes and everything of them, and also they were like all metal and stuff. They were wicked. Thundercracker, yeah. So you get all three planes. They do a lot of great dogfight stuff because Sideswipe and Sunstreaker are trying to ride the planes, and then at one point, Starscream comes from the background into the foreground. That was great. Lots of good stuff there. You see a lot of injured Autobots. They get caught in a blast in the in that one building that they blow up, and then you see close-ups of like, Jazz is all messed up in the front and everything.
Yeah.
And then later on, I think it's Hound gets shot at by Starscream with the powered-up Megatron. And I don't know what happened, but Hound is like half a guy, and he's like, "Help me" or something like that. I think he says something like, "Get me out of here." They're trying to make it as horrific as possible,
right?
And you get to see Mirage and Hound do their superpowers. So it's like Mirage turns invisible, Hound disguises as a boulder, coming to work, and like Rumble's the worst. It's like he's like is it Rumble? I can't remember. I think it was Rumble.
It was Rumble.
He's like oh, what's that? Oh, it could be nothing, right? And he's like, hey, who said that? It's so stupid.
I was like, Rumble. What? Yeah, dude.
Those are my notes for this. I thought this was awesome because they get a lot of guys in there. And I like that they had some appreciation for the cars because they mostly focus on the planes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought all that was cool.
Yeah, there's a lot. This one seemed to have a lot of like things happening.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because of the way that we are now with our entertainment. The second I saw Chip and I was in a wheelchair, I was like, oh God, here we go. I'm like, what am I talking about? This is old. This is not good. Like, literally knee jerk. I was like, oh dear. I'm like, oh man, here we go. And then I'm like, oh yeah, wait a minute. This is the 80s. They don't give a crap. They put it for representation, but then he's just a normal character. And then I was like, well, he's pretty damn useful. He memorized that thing. He destroyed the evidence. I'm like, okay, this guy is, I like this guy. He's pretty damn good. He's not just there just to be there. So they gave him a character, and he was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Megatron throws antimatter cubes, blows up most of the building with him and the other Decepticons. Yeah. The Decepticons do not get hurt at all.
No.
Oh, there's Chris. How's it going, Chris? So Chris is I'm not sure he's I don't know if he's one of the guys directly involved with comics curing cancer, but he was the first person that I saw it from.
Yeah.
So again, I did put this up earlier. It is in the chat and in the description. So the best place to learn about comics curing cancer is through Instagram. So just follow them on Instagram, and they're going to be posting stuff. There's going to be exclusive comics and things like that.
Cool.
So yeah, and they're like, it's affordable stuff. Like there's going to be actual stuff there's a couple of exclusive comics. There's some exclusive comics they're getting and things like that. So, yeah, I put the link up. I only just learned about it recently. So, go to Instagram and you can check it out. C3. Yeah, that's the sort of the abbreviation for it. So yeah, as far from what I know, Instagram is the place to go for the comics curing cancer stuff.
Great.
Bring back Michael Bay. Oh, Truth, stop it. I saw your reaction to Aquaman trailer. It looked cool to me. I liked Aquaman 1, so I'm okay with it.
I think they got too tied up with the whole Thor: The Dark World thing and it's like it's the worst movie of one of the worst of the MCU. I don't know why they'd have the team up of the brothers and like one's bad, one's good. It's like this has been played out 10 years ago. Why are you doing this now? Anyway.
Sean, you're negative Nancy. Like, listen, I like Orm. Okay, Ocean Master teaming up with Aquaman. They're gonna do the Hulk Hogan.
What's that guy's name? The actor.
Night Owl. Yeah, that's he's like I don't know. I can't remember.
He's in all these horror movies, and because of that, they all blend together to me. It's like, wait, is this the same series? Like, yeah.
Ocean Master and Ocean Master and Aquaman teaming up.
Worm actor. Patrick Wilson.
That's his name.
One of the most nondescript actors. Like, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but like, it's like he just turns up and stuff. I'm like, that's a generic guy. Who's that guy? It's a Patrick Wilson. There you go.
Patrick Wilson. Well, we know it's not going to be better than Wonder Woman 84. That's obvious, since that has Gal Gadot in it.
So this is the last one, right? The last of the tap,
Truth?
except for Joker 2.
Is it the last Truth? Let us know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it's the last one.
Yeah, it's
the last of it now.
Except for
no, but Joker 2 is not part of it, right?
No, I know, but like this is the last of that sludge fest from. Like the sludge will flow, man. The sludge, the sludge from all this runoff from like what was built with Man of Steel and everything. It's all the same continuity,
right. Yeah, it's the last. So Truth saying it's the last one for the Snyderverse, right?
Oh my gosh.
DC.
That was a rolling boulder they couldn't stop.
Releasing it now because they spent some. Yeah, but you know what? Look, I'm okay with it. I'm going to buy it anyways. So fine. I'm positive it's good.
Yeah, no, I guess we're marks. I thought the trailer looked awesome.
It looked cool to me. I don't know.
It suggests that it's like, Black Manta's back. He wants to kill him, and you know why. So because you saw it in the first one, it's like, and it's lots of colorful stuff. There's lots of creatures. There's like a mechanical octopus or whatever. They're gonna make all those toys.
Should we spoil Aquaman 2 for everyone? Because Arthur has a son in it, and if there's a 3, that son might not make it. We'll see.
There won't be a part 3, but like no, it's I guess they can do a lot with it. They can even have the hand cut off or something like that.
I don't know. We'll see. But
the liquid hand or whatever.
I do like the hook hand and then the liquid hand.
Yeah.
But Black Manta is like, first of all, in Aquaman 1, he was awesome.
He was awesome, yeah.
And in Aquaman 2, it's like chilling. He looks, because he's the most comic accurate guy ever.
Yeah.
And he's just destroying shit. Right?
Yeah.
I immediately ran and I pulled out my Black Manta toy from the Batman Brave and the Bold cartoon. I was like, oh yeah, Black Manta. Black Manta is a guaranteed awesome character. Yeah. This actor looks angry.
Yeah.
Look, he looks like I like when the actor, like, you're like, I don't even want to like talk to this actor. He looks like he's really angry.
Yeah.
And I like it. Because I gotta tell you something. This is a bit of a thing. I'm tired of these like happy-go-lucky kind of villains. I need someone who's pissed off, and wants to kill everything. And I'm like, yes, this is Black Manta, man.
They do a fake thing in a trailer. I don't think this is real. Where like he shoots his eye lasers, and then they cut to this army, and the army's getting destroyed by eye lasers. I'm like, that can't be in the movie.
No, please let that happen. I want those eye lasers to like,
and then the army getting destroyed is like, is it that powerful? What the hell, man?
Sure it is. Yeah. Sure it is. Well, Black Manta did kill the baby, so I think it was Black Manta, right, that killed him in comics, wasn't it?
You know what, J-Man? I think you're right that they'll do that.
I think they will do.
Why they had to do so many reshoots? They're like, I don't know about this, and I don't know, man. Because the thing is, he says in the trailer, like, I'm gonna kill your family and everything.
Yeah.
Just to mean business, he'll probably do that. And then the audience will really hate him. Like that's a great villain. You
No,
know,
I'm telling, that's gonna happen, man. I was just looking to see, like, I don't know if you can
I'm
see
getting
from the
excited for
screen
this
there.
movie. It's the swan song, and that's it.
Yeah,
You know. Anyway,
they're gonna kill that baby.
we'll be the only two in the theater. Truth, like J-Man and I will be there
Oh,
with
Steve
the
will come
pop.
to that one.
What?
Steve will come to that one.
Oh, Steve will come. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It looked cool to me, and yeah. Okay, so let me take a look here. So this is my question.
Yeah.
Is Megatron a target master? Because
Yeah.
he goes into like Skywarp's hand and all that, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, Megatron is a target master technically.
Yeah. Him and. Well, I mean, I was gonna say Shockwave, but like Shockwave
Shockwave,
turns into a big gun even in the cartoon.
right?
He doesn't turn into like a gun that someone can shoot. I don't think that ever happened.
I think
But
he
yeah, no,
cartoon.
yeah, Megatron does that a lot actually in the cartoon.
Yeah.
To the point where like some of the newer toys has a Megatron gun that you can just like, it's an accessory, doesn't turn into Megatron.
Right, it just goes into a guy's hand or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I've seen that on things
Yeah,
too.
like Starscream has that and all that.
Bring back Aquaman. Nah, somebody was saying he might be Lobo or something. I think
No,
it's
they're
over.
not. They better not like do a soft thing. Like I know that's what James Gunn was sort of suggesting by saying like they're gonna do a Waller show and they're gonna do it. It's like stop everything. Just stop it, and then do a new thing. God damn.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Remember what was it? Deer, drop everything and read. Drop. James Gunn needs to drop everything and reboot.
Yeah.
Or restart. Drop everything and restart.
Yeah.
Deer. Pull a deer.
Pull a deer, man.
Pull a deer. All right. So anything else on this one? I guess we covered everything.
I like the we talked about the animation. I love the backgrounds of this one and the next one. The sky at the end of this episode, it's got like rosy hues and like it looks amazing. And the sky at the end of Divide and Conquer is sort of like orange. Like the color scheming of these episodes are great. They're really eye catching. Like in the beginning of I think Roll For It. No, not Roll For It. Transport to Oblivion, where Shockwave first appears on the screen. It's like yellow. It's like a glowing yellow, and then Shockwave appears. It's really cool.
It is really cool. Yeah, there's good colors. Even in the panel that we're looking at right there on the screen.
Yeah.
Joe. Bruticus. That's wicked. So Bruticus.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Because Shockwave's so big when he's a gun,
right?
Like
Bruticus could use him or whatever. Yeah. I think my buddy had Bruticus. Actually, you know who I had? I had so I actually had 2 or 3 of Computron. I had Lightspeed. What was the orange? What was the orange? The orange motorcycle. What was his name? I don't remember. I don't remember all the names.
Yeah.
But I had a couple of the Stunticons as well. So those are all the guys that came out around at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's when I was able to get some.
Yeah.
Of these.
But that's the thing. Like you got scant ones. It's like only rare people got like the complete combiners and stuff.
Right.
And even then it was probably gift sets because it's like no parent was buying like all 5 carded guys or whatever.
No way.
Transformers is a weird thing like that. It's like I said my one friend had like a whole bunch of Transformers, and it's like that was rare. And I think about that they only bought Transformers. Like I got a little bit of everything. And because of that, I had like just random Transformers. I think a lot of kids had just, you had a random Dinobot. Like I had Slag. It's not even Grimlock, like I had
Grimlock though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool.
I had Grimlock and Slag.
Pardon?
I had Grimlock and Slag.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, the Dinobots are great because they're big guys. They felt like you got a good deal,
They're really neat.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our third episode for the night. Where's my transition? All right, Divide and Conquer, written by Donald F. Glut. Episode 6, October 20th, 1984. Wow. The Autobots prevent the Decepticons from harming a weapons factory, but at a heavy price. Optimus himself. His life is on the line, but Wheeljack knows exactly how to save him before it's too late. Problem is, the required part is back on Cybertron in his old laboratory. Bumblebee, Trailbreaker, Ironhide, Bluestreak, and Chip Chase leave to save Optimus. Without Optimus Prime in command, the Autobots are left vulnerable as Megatron hatches a plan to destroy the team on Cybertron. So Divide and Conquer. Let me see. Divide and Conquer. So let me take a look at what I have for my notes really quickly. I actually have a lot. The Star Bridge teleports to different locations. That's interesting. I like there's the Jets versus Prime. That was cool. Prime getting damage is cool. I mean, Laser Beak is like super useful. Like that guy's just like everywhere, man.
Yeah.
And then he nails Prime.
He nails him too. He's always supposed to be like observing, and he's like, you know what? Let me take a shot.
Let me take a shot at this guy, man. Listen, you need Laserbeak on your team if you're.
Wasn't in that movie Zone Troopers where the one guy is behind enemy lines at World War II, and he wakes up from being concussed, and the first thing he sees is Hitler, and he punches him, and then later on they're laughing about it, and he's like, oh, I got a shot in there, and they're like, yeah.
Oh man, I haven't seen that in 100 years since whenever we probably last watched it.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, so there's the Cosmotron is what they're looking for. It's in Wheeljack's old base. That's cool. They got to figure out where so there's a few things they got to figure out where the space bridge is going to be. And then and there's a lot of power use. I was torn between this one and the other one.
Yeah.
For the favorite, because Ironhide has the freezing powers,
awesome.
that sticky thing.
Yeah.
There's acid rain that's dropping on them. You get to see how that affects them.
Yeah.
On Cybertron, and Spike mans up here and leads the charge a little bit, gets people kind of excited.
And the Autobot gun is like this giant thing to him.
And he's like trying to use it.
Yeah.
Prime returns to challenge Megatron alone. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one was actually really neat too.
It's really awesome because you get to see them on Cybertron stuff. I mean, you know, science be damned. It's like, I don't know how there's oxygen there, and whatever. But
right.
For my notes, I don't know. To me, Prime sucks here because he gets defeated twice. And he gets his ass kicked, and then he's on his deathbed, and then Laserbeak is awesome because he shoots him. There's no reason to do this, but he just he's there. Like, let me take a shot, right? So he shoots him. I think this is the one where they use Reflector as the test,
as the pilot. Yeah.
It
is the one. This is the one.
Laserbeak, there's a weird thing where Megatron tells Laserbeak to go spy, and then Laserbeak doesn't do it, and then someone, I can't remember who it is, like, Laserbeak is a coward, and then Megatron's like, he'll have a lot more to worry about if he doesn't do this, right? And his eyes glow, and then Laserbeak goes. I don't know why Laserbeak had that tension, but like,
listen, he's a smart, he's like, listen, this sounds like a bullshit assignment here, like, I don't know.
Well, he makes the most of it, right? Ironhide's freeze ray is cool, and I like how it's
I forgot about this.
Oh yeah, the Seekers. I was going to mention them.
Yeah.
I like how Ironhide's freeze ray like animates. Like he freezes, he gets Starscream good, man. He's like, and it like kind of wraps over him.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The Seekers are cool. They finally made them about maybe 10 years ago. But that's what the planes looked like too in the pilot before they became planes. They have different, there they are. They have different colors. There's green and yellow, and that's cool. and they don't name them or anything, but they're awesome. And they look like the regular planes in robot mode. So, yeah, and Spike with the Autobot gun was cool as well. Yeah, this is. I mean, they're all awesome. I just preferred Roll for It over this one, but yeah,
Yeah, this is just like, I think this one like expanded a lot because it's like, oh, you're on Cybertron now, and
yeah.
Acid Rain. You're like, oh shit, yeah, Acid Rain. That's got to destroy them, right?
And they suggest the Decepticon rule as well because Wheeljack is like my shop is locked by the Decepticons, and we have to figure that out, right? So yeah,
yeah. There's a clear mission with a purpose, and they have to do it.
Yeah.
So like this, because there's a war going on.
Yeah.
You feel more pumped up for the story where it's like, okay, like this is a mission. Oh shit, they got to get this, right? Not just this episode. I mean, in general with Transformers versus like some of the other ones. I mean, I always like G.I. Joe. There is missions and stuff. I mean, it's G.I. Joe, so there's that as well.
Yeah.
And He-Man was always like, yeah, it's like Skeletor has a new plan or something, and he has to go on and do it. But this particular episode, I was like, okay, I understand. Prime's down; they need a part to save him. The Roll for It one, where it was the what was it called? The
antimatter formula.
The antimatter formula.
Yeah.
I was a bit like, what does it do?
Yeah, what does it do? Yeah,
because it's like Megatron gets it, and then he's a bit more powerful, but then it just wastes, and then he's dead. Like, so
and then it gets overheated, so that he has to dump it anyway. Yeah.
I just felt that one was like, I understand. Yeah, this makes Prime look silly because he gets defeated, but at least I understood what the mission was actually for. At the end, Starscream takes a lot of pressure and pleasure Megatron losing. Yeah, that's neat. The Seekers are cool, but like they're all one color, so they're not like the other guys who have different colors.
Yeah. Like
Skywarp is mostly like black and purple, right? And then Thundercracker's blue and Starscream's red. Is that how do I can never tell.
Red and gray,
Yeah, Skywarp is black and purple mostly, right? Yeah. There you go. That's Skywarp. And then Thundercracker is the bluish one. Bluish yellow? Bluish white, I mean. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And then Starscream, we know what he looks like. Which guy do you like the best just for looks, not character?
For looks, it's Thundercracker.
So this is your favorite looking guy?
Yeah.
He's pretty neat.
I had Dirge as a kid. Dirge died. I don't know if it was just an animation mistake because I don't know if he turned up in season 3, but Dirge dies in the movie. Dirge and whatever the red and black guy was, I can't remember that guy's name.
And then Dirge has the cone head.
Yes. And it's funny because it was just the same mold as Starscream and everything. It was your option if you wanted to have him have a cone head or have him look like the other guys. Like the way you can transform him. So yeah. But like Ramjet, I think was the white guy. He had a cone head too. I think that the planes that came after the Wave 1 planes were cone heads. So
I haven't seen that since I was a little kid. I'd have to rewatch it. I remember thinking it was funny, but it's probably awful now.
Yeah.
So oh my gosh, there's so many of these guys, eh? Like,
what was the red and black? Red and black.
There he is.
What's his name?
Sky Shadow?
Really?
No, maybe not. Seeker? No.
No, wait a minute. I'm gonna click on the guy. Thrust.
Oh, Thrust.
So Thrust and Dirge in the movie. You remember when Unicron is attacking Cybertron and some planes try to go into his mouth and he closes his mouth and destroys guys. That's Dirge and Thrust, and I don't know if Ramjet's in there as well. But
okay.
But
I actually
it's them animated, so yeah.
right. I had Perceptor.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, Skywarp. I think I like. I'm trying. I think I like Skywarp. Yeah, I'm just going by looks.
Yeah.
Like like this looks really neat to me.
Well, Black and Purple is a classic Decepticon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best guy ever is Cyclonus.
Yeah.
Nobody beats this best.
Cyclonus. Yeah.
This guy's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, because he's very recognizable with his head.
Yeah.
Even the G1 kind of style, like.
Yeah. He's got that weird head. Yeah.
Yeah, he's neat. What were you gonna say? Go with. I like Soundwave better.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I think Blaster looks a bit too bulky.
Yeah. What was Blaster's rename?
It's either Twincast or
Twincast.
Is it Twincast?
It's Twincast.
Yes, because Soundwave's a Sound Blaster. Yeah.
Yeah. This sucks.
Yeah. I don't know why they recolored them that way. What's Sound Blaster look like?
Oh, he's just all black.
Oh yeah.
I don't like him either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same toy. They just instead of the blue, he's black.
Yeah.
Like I don't see. I mean, he's better than the other one. I mean, he's better. Like the recoloring of him is better than the recoloring of Blaster to Twincast.
Yeah.
But Shockwave is. Yeah, there's this disaster. I mean, this looks cool, but you can't even tell what's going on. But like why don't they do something like that? Like, if they want to make it a bit more complicated, I understand. They're like, well, this doesn't look,
Yeah, it looks too blocky or whatever.
It's too blocky. Well, do this. Like, there's always some guy or some toy where they redo it. You know what I mean? There's always that guy out there who does like a new version or something.
Yeah.
And you're like this would be awesome. Like, I'd be totally good with this, actually.
Yeah, he looks way too busy. The only thing that's recognizable about him in the movies, like I think it's part 3 or something like that, is that eye. Yeah.
Gotta go.
Blaster was in season 2 and it didn't have any tapes, and it's like finally he got tapes. I guess he didn't release them until like the next year. He got tapes in that movie, but it's cool. That's a cool reveal though, and the thing is that's lost on people that don't know anything about Transformers. Is like.
Right.
When he's like, no way, 2 could play, and then like
2 could play,
and Ramhorn and Steeljaw all come out. Yeah.
Where's like I'm okay with something like that. That's kind of neat.
Cool. Yeah, Braun.
Like I have to be able to tell who the guy is.
Yeah.
That's my
What's
thing.
funny about that is that Braun design is modeled after the cartoon because he didn't look like that in the old toy with the head and the thing around him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Braun that's coming out, or this one here? That looks wicked.
Yeah, I saw that. Is it coming out or?
I think I saw it. There's a new version of it or something. This is the new version, but the newer 2022. But maybe it's 2023. Let's see. Yeah, this is 2023. Oh, it's in stock now.
Cool.
That looks wicked, man.
Yeah.
Like
it's a movie one.
Transformers Prime 2010. Let's see. Transformers Shockwave 2010. Oh, this happens on Google. It doesn't like it after you do too many of these. Oh, I should have brought that back. Sorry. Transformers. Broken finger. And type with your Transformers. I wanted to see what the next episodes are going to be. So Shockwave, was that Was that this one? No, that wasn't it. What did he say? Sorry, Puga, Transformers Prime. Transformers Prime. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Is that
looks like the guy.
is that Transformers Prime? Yeah. Yeah, I saw the toys of that actually.
Hmm.
All right, so season 1. I want to see what the next ones are based on what my notes say. So I've got the next ones as Fire in the Sky, Fire on the Mountain, and SOS Dinobots.
Cool.
So let me just see.
Yeah, so Fire in the Sky and Skyfire.
Right. Yeah. So see, these ones are different. Like this has a different.
Yeah, but you see on the right is the order number.
So, but it's saying 7, but it's not that.
No, on the right.
Oh, sorry, on the right. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the okay. I see. Fire and Sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I swear they added that in a few years ago because that wasn't there. But it's funny because everyone else created their own order number themselves. And
Right.
this seems to match that because it's like if you watch these shows enough, then you know where to order them yourself.
Right. Armada. I think I have some of those.
I sold all mine, but Armada was a cool line. I liked the Megatron. I had Megatron from that.
Oh yeah, I remember this now.
Yeah,
Yes, I remember this. I have some of these episodes.
yeah. I have the whole thing. Transformers.
Well, if we get to it, we get to it. Maybe we'll get to it. I don't think we're gonna. Well, we could do the cartoon. We can't do every comic book because that's just going to be impossible.
Yeah.
We're only gonna do the Marvel comics, and then we'll go back to cartoons, and just go as far as we can, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Peter Cullen's doing some signings from GalaxyCon, but they're not personalized, so that's a fail.
They're not what?
Like they're not personalized. He won't
okay.
personalize it. It's just an autograph, so I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Transformers Armada. Yeah, I remember these. They all looked like super bulky.
Yeah.
Is this the figure? My God. Oh no, it looks like Lego or something.
The toys were cool. They were big though, yeah. And you could snap guys together to form a bigger guy. Like Prime always linked up with some other dude.
Yeah, they're pretty beefed.
Yeah. Megatron had a ton of like sounds. He talked and he walked and he did all sorts of shit. You could shoot out those long projectiles.
Oh, was he this green thing?
That's a new one. They take the designs and they how they do.
They paint them and whatever.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at Computron G1, which is like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exact. And there's a I think it's called Toy Hacks.
Okay.
That do stickers. So Toy Hacks did stickers, and so you can get the stickers for them, but it comes with the stickers. But if you want extra, they did extra stickers where in the cartoon where he would think, these little panels would light up with like little pixely.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be like beep, 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 like he's calculating. They've got stickers for that, so you could put it in. Like,
oh, that's cool. Yeah.
It's really neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is him. To me, this guy looks the best.
Oh yeah. There's preferences, right? Like Predaking's awesome.
Predaking is awesome. Let's take a look at him.
Like combined and everything.
Yeah, but we gotta look at G1. Here he is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That is pretty awesome.
Piranha-Con, which is a later guy.
How do you spell that?
Piranha-Con.
Oh, like piranha, like the fish?
Yeah.
Piranha-Con, C-O-N?
Yeah. Oh no.
Really, Google? Like you've already, I can do like 2 searches and then you. Look at him.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, okay.
yeah, that guy was awesome too.
That's not G1 though.
It's G1, but he didn't get into the cartoons.
Yeah, here you go. Here's G1.
I think he's either in Headmasters or Super God Master Force. But he didn't get into the Sunbow stuff because he wasn't released in that time. So
What was the other one I liked? I said Defensor. Yeah.
Defensor, yeah.
Yeah, I like this guy, man. This guy's good.
Yeah. He has a clear color scheme too.
Yeah, that's what I like. I think for me, him and Computron are my for sure. There is a 100%. I'm ordering Computron, like the fake one. I don't care. I'm 100% doing. I might get Defensor as well.
What do you feel about Superion?
Let's take a look at him.
He's the plane.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so yeah, let me. I don't. I like.
Oh, he's too sticky.
This looks awful.
Yeah.
Like, okay, can you see my pointer?
Yeah.
This here.
Yeah.
Looks cool. Like the middle guy looks good.
Yeah, but the rest looks like it's reaching.
This is terrible.
I guess this is an arm and this is a leg. I don't know.
It's terrible. He's like very skinny. He doesn't look like he's a beefed up guy that'll kick the crap out of you. Like, see, look at this. This is when the artists get involved.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh yeah, this is awesome, right? Like, and that's the problem. If you start looking at the artists, it's like, then like they're like super cool. So Computron G1, and then look at like that's the packaging, right? Like that looks awesome.
Yeah.
And then you've got like some guy doing this. You're like, holy crap, right? And I mean, but like even as a toy, this is wrong. They put this. That should be backwards. I guess you could put it however you want, but the legs should be backwards. His legs were actually backwards.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if you could put them forward. Maybe you can put them forward.
What do you mean, like just to see why would they be backward? You can't see the vehicle thing.
Yeah, but that's how it goes. See, look, all of the pictures have it backwards.
Oh, okay.
See, even here, like that's right. It's like the drill is forward, but this drill is actually back. See, like that is the spoiler, which is backwards, and that drill should be backwards. So everything that they draw. Like if you look at them on the G1 packaging, kind of, it's like that's how it is. The drill is forward, but here it's wrong. See, they put light speed forward.
Yeah.
Now the that Toy Hacks gives you stickers for the bottom of those two guys.
Oh, cool.
So because they're turned, that they put stickers on the bottom so it looks a little bit cooler when he's the full robot.
Yeah.
This is completely weird. This guy switched legs around.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be the gimmick in Japan.
Yeah,
that's what they call it Scramble City. You can scramble them around.
Right.
But they never really said that in the American one. It's like this guy's this arm, this guy's this arm. Get it right, kids. Like
I like getting it right because then you feel like you're a nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, oh, Timmy's got the light speed on the left leg. What an idiot! And then everyone's like, oh, Timmy has light speed on the wrong leg. Pass it on.
You got nose cone and light speed mixed up. Like,
right, and then everyone thinks that kid's a loser, and then he cries and he's like, oh. It's like. Superior looks way better in the cartoon. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. No, I'm saying when you see the guys in the thing, like in the shows, then it looks cool.
I like the Abominus, like the individual pieces of Abominus.
I agree. I do not like him formed.
Yeah, but like the individual guy, like Hunger, Sinner Twist, and all that, so they're awesome, man.
He's actually not bad.
Yeah.
He's not bad. They have him too if you want him as the knockoff. He is pretty neat.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like the colors are kind of weird to me.
I like the colors.
Yeah, he's cool.
The yellow guy and I know it's all cool.
I mean, like, he's like very neon-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the in stock 235. It's like that's that this is for sure a knockoff.
Yeah.
That ain't no 200.
No.
That ain't no $200 G1 anything.
Yeah, it would be $700 or something. Yeah.
So that ain't that. All right. So I think again we might switch back to comics. I just want to remind everybody that the comics curing cancer Instagram. So if you're interested, and it's really like they've got to have an exclusive comic and it'll be like $20 or something.
Yeah.
American though, it is American.
Yeah.
And then so I can't remember all the details, but that's where you can go to, and I wonder if this works, if I can put your link in here like this. Oh, it did work.
Yep,
Nice.
worked,
I like that better. Let's look at a poll. We actually have 5 votes. So roll for it. Has 3, and then each one has, the other ones have 1.
Yeah.
Whoa, how did I lose all that? There we go. So remember that tomorrow is a big one, Fourth World Friday. That's every Friday. Jack Kirby's Fourth World. We're talking with Sean and Clobby with that one, and Mr. Miracle is becoming like one of my favorite comics. I read that Mr. Miracle comic so fast. I was so excited that when it ended, I was like, "What? This is what happened?" I thought they didn't. Oh my god, this ended.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wanted to read the next one. I was like, no, I gotta calm down. I want to read these so they're fresh. They're fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
So that's tomorrow, and then Monday is the Legion of Superheroes live stream.
Yeah.
So, Sean, what's going on your?
I don't know. I'll just put stuff up. I've been really busy at work, so it's hard to like. I want to do all sorts of things, but yeah. I mean, I want to ramp up for Halloween as well. So,
right.
Stay tuned.
Now, next Thursday we're going to see Expendables.
Oh yeah.
Is that next Thursday? Let me just double check my schedule.
Expendables 4.
Yeah. So, and then the Thursday after that, we're probably seeing Saw. So Transformers Thursday is taking a break for a couple of weeks. We might, I mean,
is the 4 the A in Expendables?
I don't know, but have you seen the trailer for Expendables 4?
No, I haven't seen anything for this.
Oh my god.
No, I'm gonna go in totally fresh. It's
no, but the trailer, I'll just say what it's like. They're like, you spoke and we heard you. And it's like random quotes from people getting pissed off at Expendables 3. They're like, they're like, this movie better have some damn guts. And it's like, random posts and it's like mega guts exploding everywhere. It's like, make it R-rated. This better be R-rated. And it's like, fuck. And it's like, and you're like, this is crazy.
Yeah, because
like
3 was bad. It was like, why would you bother? You've taken the gimmick out,
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't. Joel, we're gonna talk about Bex in a second. But like, it's like and you're like, this is great, and it's the trailer. It's the old '90s trailer voice guy. It's like, we heard you loud and clear. It's like, it ends off by saying they'll die when they're dead or something, because it's like, are these guys dead yet? Like, what's going on? And it's like, no. It's like, they'll die when they're dead. I'm like, I watched the trailer twice. I'm like, this is hilarious. It's just it's like, you spoke, we heard you, and it's like, this better have like action. It's just all explosions, and it's like, this better be rated R. Yeah, fucking yeah. And everyone's like screaming and stuff. And it's like, this better have blood and guts. And it's like, guys getting destroyed. You're like, there's no story. There's no storyline in the trailer. It's just clips of people getting pissed off over what should happen. And then they're just like, see this comment? This is happening in this movie.
Good, man.
I'm like, okay. So let's say, Becky. Yeah, she did. Wow, yeah, big time Bex won the thing. We'll give her. Where's my? I can't find a GIF of this. I want to give the GIF. Get the lemonade out for Becky winning. I'm very very. I just love that. Like she made lemonade and she was handing it out to the fans. Like she was giving. So that's great. Oh, it was Antonio Banderas. Yeah, he's awesome. And Ronda was in it, man. Ronda Rousey was in it, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind Expendables 3. I understood what they were going for, but it wasn't on brand.
No,
That's the problem. It's not a shit movie or anything like that,
No,
but
no.
it's not Expendables. Like
Yeah.
this is, and I get it. They got rid of the Expendables in the beginning, and the whole point is that he got a whole new batch that weren't good enough, and they had to get the old guys back. And it's cool. It works as an episode of a TV show where there's 26 episodes in a season, and here's the one episode
Right,
where
when you're waiting for the next one for 3 years, and then
right when you're waiting for a film for several years, and you're like, well, I want to see the Expendables. I don't want to see these new people.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the Halloween ends.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a garbage film, but like we've been waiting to conclude the Michael Myers saga of this new series that you've started that started out good and continued into being a really good series. And now you're like swapping it out on us. And it's like, why? There's these movies in these franchises where you're like, why did they
make this? Yeah.
Like, why did they do this? Like, yeah, a TV show and there's 25 episodes in a season. Yeah, there's 10 episodes of Daredevil. So maybe one episode he's not in costume and he's doing something else. You're like, okay, what? But not when there's only 3 Expendables films and the third one doesn't have them in it for like an hour, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
not right. Anyway, all right. Well, that's that. So hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm super pumped for these Fourth World Fridays. They're awesome. So, all right, guys. Until next time, I've got to find my ending. All right, there we go. See ya.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.